Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. You know I do. First off, got my wife home. She's still pretty sick, but better here than there. Just my own thoughts. And we keep on keeping on. Okay. All right then. Next, I want to go over this again. I did it once before. This DJI drone. Okay. Probably, arguably, one of the very best technologically advanced drones for hobbyists out there. That's a version 3. They have 4 you can still buy. They have 5, the Pro 5s you can still buy. You cannot get the 6 or anything better because they don't sell them here no more. They're not allowed to sell them here no more. In fact, DJI, they filed lawsuits. They've done background stuff. And the idea was that these DJIs were sending information back to the government of China. It proved that they weren't, but they still banned them. This here, and I like that drone. It's got technology in there for tracking that surpasses anything for hobby scale. You know, if you want it to follow you, because it's called Follow Me, it'll follow you until it lands on itself where it runs out of battery power, or you stop it and it puts a little rectangle around you. And really, really cool. This here is a little smaller. This here is an Atom 2. I think it's Potensic Atom 2. Now, I like that drone. I like it a lot. It costs less than the DJI, and it works just almost quite as good. It almost has quite as good a tracking and stuff like that to follow you and stuff like that. But cost per value and all this stuff, it's just a better drone to buy. You know, it just is. And you can buy it. You know, you can sell it. Now, they make the next version of it, but you can't buy it. You know, the Atom 3, they don't sell it here in America. Probably never will. It's just like the DJIs, the DJI 6. You probably will never buy the Mini here at all. You know, we're lucky that we get anything, but you can buy the 3, you can buy the 4, and buy the 5. They were covered under a different blanket ruling by the FCC and FAA, so you can get them. All right, and so they're good drones. They cost money now. They cost a lot more now than they ever used to, but it's a good thing to have. One of these days, depending on who wins in November, if we get a communist socialist Senate and Congress in place, then we'll probably end up getting the same thing in November of 28, which they may say you can't ever fly one of these again. They may take away our Second Amendment rights because they don't want you to have any way to defend yourself. You know, an armed population is a safe population. An unarmed population are slave population. And this is what it is. Hence the reason you buy plenty of long-term storable food. Cannot say that enough. You want as much as you can possibly afford, and of course you need places to put it, and some people don't have a lot of places to put it. I get that. I'm shorted on space too. But it's just something you need to think about because we are in desperate times. And it's going to get worse. I guarantee it's going to get worse. You know, unless somehow the American people grab some, gonads or whatever and help to put a stop to the communist socialist takeover. Now, if you want that, that's fine. You know, they claim, like especially in New York, Madani, he's going to have his grocery stores $30 million a pop, free food. Now, on one hand, looking at that, free food, when a lot of people have trouble buying food, sounds like a good idea. But when he stocks each store that he's going to have, probably the night before, and when it opens up at whatever time in the morning, say 9 o'clock, say it opens at 9, maybe it opens at 8. If you're not there by 8:30, there's not going to be nothing left. I mean, nothing left, because hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are going to be swarming these stores. And within the first 30 minutes, everything in there is going to be gone. So if you're not there, you're missing out. If for some reason you cannot get there, you're going to miss out. And you'll have to either go to a bodega and buy some extra food to get you through to the next day. And hopefully you'll be there with hundreds and hundreds of people and be first in line. Because that's the only way you're going to get free food. Because free food is going to go like that. You know it. You know this. So living in states and cities that claim to start that stuff, it doesn't work in the long run. It just doesn't. It's proven time and time and time again that type of situation, that type of governments do not work. They don't. They hurt the people. They say they're helping the people, but they do hurt the people. But that's why we prep. That's why we stockpile. I hate to use the word stockpile, but we prepare for days that's coming. You know, and that's how you do it. You know, you make sure you have plenty of goodies to go around with your family, friends, and who's going to be with you. Yeah, and have them help, too, because it's very important. You want to be independent. You don't want to try and depend on, you can never depend on the government to feed you. Let's put it that way. Okay, you can't. And they say so themselves. They may help out a couple 3 days, but that's it. Even FEMA, stockpile enough for 3 days, then you're on your own, and they're not going to come and help you. Nobody's coming to help you. So just remember that. But the reason you want these two puppies, surveillance, so you know what's going on in your area. Because when doo-doo hits that real proverbial fan this November, in November of 28, you're going to wish you had some way to look around corners, look over houses and stuff like that. Because these things, you get up around 200-300 feet, you can't hear them. You can't hear them. And they got pretty decent optics, so you can see during the darkness. It's pretty good. And you can fly pretty much up there. And they won't know you're there. So it's the best way to know what's going on a block or two over, where you don't have to get out of wherever you're at to go look at a block or two over. Why run the risk? Let this little thing do it. There's less expensive ones out there. Try one, see if it works. But, depending on where your values are, stockpiling food, prepping for what's coming, for the days when you might not be able to get food, or at least in any type of quantities. And that's coming. We're already having a hard time. We already have high gas prices. Yeah, they're dropping a few places, but it's probably never going to go low again because, what does, right? Food prices. There's so much demand and not enough supply. And so supply and demand, prices go up. It is. It's common sense. So, I don't know. If you had any extra capital laying around when SpaceX went public, and you say you were able to buy 10, 20 shares of his stock, in his company, 5 years from now, unless the government does away with it or something, but you could be very, very wealthy, and you could have the money you need, or buying the gold that you need and stuff like that. It would have been a good thing. If you wait any longer, if you haven't done it already, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Right now, it's still relatively cheap, but it won't be. But it made him the first trillionaire on the planet ever. So that was interesting. I thought that was cool. The guy started out with nothing. Had a little shop. Came from South Africa. So the guy's smart. Just saying. All right, enough of that. I just kind of wanted to let you know the differences between this one. I like the Potensic, the Atom 2. You can't buy the 3. You won't be able to buy any more of them, but you can buy these. And they're every bit as good as anything you ever want to use. So just saying. So keep that in mind. Enjoy your weekend. Right now, it's like 98 degrees where I'm at. So, it's hotter than Hooters. So, I got to get back taking care of my wife because she's not well. She's not well at all. But she feels better being here than in a hospital, and I agree. So, I may have to take her back next week. I don't know. We hope not. But anybody concerned or further and thoughtful and wished her some wishes, thank you so much. Bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. I really do. So, hey, look, until next time, there's nothing but love for you. Cover your six. Be freaking prepared because the days are going to get rough. You can see it. You can see it already. Days are going to get really rough. So, all right, then, until next time, we will catch you later.